Okay guys, so it's time for some more Wrestling Revolution 3D. I finally returned after, what is it, like a week or two's absence, and for that I'm sorry, just very busy, but back to doing this for now. So we are in the month of January. We just in the last episode went from Hollywood to WWE. We've now got 22,300 a week on our contracts. We've got a tag team versus Max Mullet's team. I'm not entirely sure who Max Mullet is, but we'll see, I'm sure. Okay, so we are in the ring, and I've got a steel chair. I think it's because I tried to endorse it or something beforehand. Okay, oh. So RVD pandering to the crowd. There's no way draft B in this case. Oh, I don't even know what he said. Anyway. Don't know who either of these guys are, and this is a very second-rate show compared to the ones I've been on recently. But well, what's going on? Oh, slamming the guy already. So we've got Mick Foley and RVD versus Max Mullet and whoever this other guy is. I'm sure one of you can tell me who Max Mullet is in the comments, but as of right now, I do not know. So yeah, basically I've been away. I tried to make this in WWE 2K14 custom stories like this time last week, and my PlayStation kept freezing, so that's why a lot of videos haven't been going out. There's also been the fact that I'm just busy with like university work. I'm at university. I went home like for a few days, just busy life and all that. But yeah, I would have done more in the last couple of days, but I went to see Raw and SmackDown in London, and Raw was on the Monday night, but on the Saturday night I went to see a WWE live event in Birmingham, obviously the UK Birmingham, not Alabama. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little about them and what went down. I'm sure you've seen if you've seen SmackDown and Raw, but anyway, so Birmingham live event. I went with my friend. His name's Frank. He is he a wrestling fan? Is he not? Yeah, he's got more into it. Like he used to be when he was a kid, and then he stopped watching it. And then like he'd see guys like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, and because he was used to all the older guys like Kane and Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and Big Show, he'd see guys like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and just be like, oh, who the hell is this guy, sort of thing. Why are they beating Kane? But he's like gotten better about the situation, and he actually likes some of the newer guys now, which actually, whilst I'm saying this, I'm thinking of something else, something huge that I'm missing. I went to see a William Regal show. So basically William Regal does these shows. It's called An Audience with a Wrestling Villain, and he'll just tell stories about his past and like in wrestling and whatever. So yeah, let's see if we can remember a few of the stories. So basically a guy that runs Progress Wrestling in London is a guy who does a show for William Regal, and oh, 3 count. Yeah, so he does like wrestling shows in London, and he was saying that he met New Jack, and New Jack offered him a drink, and he said no, because he's straight edge, he doesn't drink. And New Jack's like calling him all sorts of names and that, and in the end he threatened to stab him. That was one of the stories of the night. Another one was to do with Old British Wrestling. Anyone who knows anything about Old British Wrestling they'll know of Giant Haystacks and Big Daddy. Big Daddy was like the people's hero. Giant Haystacks was the like villainous heel, and apparently they were sat in the back one day talking, and I can't tell this story and like give it justice like Regal did. Oh, look at that. Right back in Goldberg feuding. But yeah, basically they were talking about like basically, right, so Big Daddy, everyone used to call him Daddy, and Giant Haystacks, his name was Luke, and everyone used to call him Luke. Oh, look at this. UFC obviously want RVD. I did enjoy my time there, but I want to be with the WWE. Nope, goodbye. Yeah, so they were talking one day. So Big Daddy is saying about how his wife had made a cake, a flan, and how he really wanted some. And apparently Giant Haystacks was like, "Whoa, Daddy," and would say things like that whilst he was talking to him. So anyway, it ends up with Giant Haystacks like, what's his name, Big Daddy, tiptoeing down the stairs and eating this flan that his wife had made. And in the morning she sent him to work with no sandwiches. And the funniest part was just when Regal was saying how Giant Haystack's like, "Oh, Daddy, there's no need for that." Obviously you had to be there to find it funny, but yeah, it was good. And I met Regal after 10-man countdown elimination battle royal. Well, I'm glad that in a match that's so long I've got a lot to say. Yeah, so basically after that I met Regal. It was a brilliant show. Took him like half an hour to come down, but anyway, he came out and, you know, I shook his hand, got a picture with him, which I will make my Twitter picture soon, I'm sure, so you can actually see my face. Yeah, asked him a couple of questions, asked him if he'd ever come back and like rap again, as he did a few times back in the day. Well, like what, 6 years ago now, 7 years ago. And he said that, you know, if the higher ups wanted him to do it, then he wouldn't be against it, and he said that he enjoyed doing it, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so we then went on to WWE, and I've told you about Frank and how he's not really a huge wrestling fan, but he does like it and he's getting more into it. So we sit down, and it's, you know, WWE live event. Anyone that's been will see like the set is so much smaller than like a SmackDown or Raw set, but it still looks pretty cool. And like obviously there's no commentary team or whatever. You're like packed into this arena, but honestly, like I cannot complain. And first guy that comes out is my favourite current wrestler. So as you're watching me here, I'm supposed to be RVD, although he's been modified by the game a little bit over the period. Rolling Thunder there. But yeah, my favourite current wrestler is Dean Ambrose. He was the first guy to come out, and at that point, this is like the first WWE show that I've ever seen. The first, well, I went to see TNA, but come on, like they're nothing on the WWE. So yeah, Dean Ambrose came out, and everyone just went mad. I went mad. That was great. He had a match against Luke Harper, which he won. Basically, all the good guys went over. There was also a match Bo Dallas versus Zack Ryder. There was like a Divas tag match, Paige and Naomi versus the Bellas. There was Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. So it was almost like kind of like WrestleMania rematches to an extent, because you also had Rusev versus Cena. And Kane came out and he had a match with who did he? Oh, Ryback. Ryback won and went and drank someone's beer. So let's just hope that there's no dodgy poison or anything in that. So yeah, like some really good guys were on the show. There was another match I was going to say about, but I am a huge fan of Goldust. I have been for years, and Goldust came out, so that was awesome. Like I went mad. Like, this is Goldust. Just didn't expect him, because he's one of the older guys, so you don't like expect him to do as many live events. Like a lot of them I didn't expect to be at the live events, and they were. And like it was split over Birmingham and Nottingham, so like obviously guys like Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and that weren't there, but the kind of caliber of the guys they had at the live event was amazing. So if you ever have a chance to go, I don't know how different they are in like Britain and America, but just get to them, because it was awesome. Yeah, so Goldust comes out and I'm like, okay, cool, like it's Goldust, very happy to see him. And then out comes the next person. It was Stardust, and I don't know if I've said much about him in the past, but I think the Stardust gimmick is like great, like because it's like he is Goldust's brother in real life, so it just works out that he has a like similar to Goldust sort of gimmick, but he's also done a lot of his own stuff. Basically, like he's just been doing like great recently in his role. So yeah, that was awesome. So that was the first night. I had work on Sunday, but Monday morning out to Birmingham for Monday Night Raw and Thursday or Friday Night SmackDown, but it's recorded on a Tuesday anyway. So yeah, Raw. So I went with my girlfriend this time to Raw and SmackDown rather than my friend. She doesn't really have a lot of knowledge about wrestling other than what I've sort of like imparted upon her. Yeah, Raw was awesome. Obviously, you've seen it on TV, so I don't need to go through it so much. But there was a match. Well, basically, we had superstars before Raw. So you had what was it? I can't remember one of the matches, but the other match was R-Truth versus Curtis Axel, and yeah, everyone went mad for both of them. They went mad for Axelmania. They went mad for R-Truth doing the "What's Up" chants. So yeah, after Raw, we're going to skip to after because you've seen everything in Raw. I would have thought you had a 6-man tag team match: Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, who wasn't even on Raw except for a spoken segment, and Dolph Ziggler. And like, I've probably not said this before, but they are like in order my 3 like favorite current wrestlers. Yeah, so like Dean Ambrose, then Daniel Bryan, and then Dolph Ziggler. So basically, like, I was just like, wow. And who were they against? It was like Big Show. I don't even know who else they were against. But yeah, the main focus of the story is Big Show. So the crowd were sort of chanting some pretty horrible stuff at him. So sorry, what? I've been eliminated? What? That's why I hate like these camera angles. Like 1 minute I'm in, and the next minute I'm over the top rope. Is that some sort of a joke? Anyway, we'll get to the end of this match and I'll carry on talking. So yeah, they were shouting, and excuse the swear words. I know some of you guys don't like it when people swear, but this kind of calls for it. So they were chanting at Big Show, "You fat bastard," over and over again. And yeah, he got on the microphone and said, "I'm not fat, I'm the giant." So then people started chanting, "Eat some salad," to which his reply was, "I do eat salad, like, even though your food's really bad over here, I do eat salad." And then, what else did people chant? I didn't chant any of this, by the way, because I think it's quite disrespectful, but, you know, it happens. Triple H and Vince wrestling in the ring now. I'll be even put through a table. Why do I never see this stuff? Why does the camera angle always go off? Anyway, yeah, so they're chanting, "Eat some salad." And yeah, we'll end that story there because I can't remember what else they said. But yeah, Big Show, working the microphone. It was good. It was good. Very enjoyable, and it was after Raw had gone off the air. So the fact that Daniel Bryan didn't wrestle on Raw, but then he did wrestle, is ridiculous. But I was just glad that I got to see him. So SmackDown. Obviously SmackDown has not been on TV yet, but I need to watch out for that because during the main event, 3 people got in the ring, just 3 random people. So there was a guy in like jeans and a Rey Mysterio mask that got in, and he was just stood there, and I was looking at him like, what an idiot. But you know, you just leave him to it. And then what happens is 2 other guys get in the ring. So now you're thinking, oh god, what's going on? I don't know what moves the guys did, but apparently I heard someone else said it was a rock bottom, because I just looked over. I was looking at the Rey Mysterio guy. The next thing, you know, like there's just this crash in the ring, and Daniel Bryan and John Cena were just looking at them like, what is going on? And yeah, so some guy like rock bottoms another guy in the ring, and like next thing you know, security is dragging one guy out, and I think the other guy got over the barricade. Whether he got kicked out or not, I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty weird. We'll have to see, because like it was just after the entrances. So if they really want to make it on TV, they should have done it during the match. But like the entrances had just been, so it's going to mess up their taping somehow. But like there are ways around it, like by just cutting it or whatever. But yeah, before any of this SmackDown stuff, we had main event. Not really much memorable from there, but I think, yeah, Zack Ryder wrestled again against Bo Dallas, which was one of the matches that was at the live event. So I've seen Zack Ryder wrestle now 3 times, Zack Ryder twice, Dean Ambrose. He wasn't at SmackDown, but he wrestled twice on Raw, because he actually had a match against Adam Rose, and then once Raw was over, he had the 6-man tag match, and then he was against Luke Harper in Birmingham. So basically, I got to see Dean Ambrose wrestle 3 times, which was awesome. But yeah, after SmackDown, Big Show versus Roman Reigns in a street fight. So I thought it was just going to be like your typical street fight, and not a lot was going to happen. You know, it's a live show in front of a crowd. It's not on TV, so nothing like crazy necessarily needs to happen, right? Well, at the start it went how I expected. Guy was, I think Big Show was thrown into the steel steps, and they just fought outside the ring. But then, like, I think it was Roman Reigns that got it first. Yeah, he got a kendo stick out, or a Singapore cane, or whatever you call it, and just started battering the Big Show with it. So that was unexpected. And then the Big Show snapped that in half, and yeah, they carried on fighting until the Big Show went for a table, and I can't remember if the match ended straight after that, if Roman Reigns speared him or something. But yeah, the Big Show just ran into a table, so that was something different. So yeah, all in all, really, really good shows. If you ever get the chance to go to a WWE show, you should do it, because it's awesome. I'm skipping out of this now. Who cares? Who won? Vince McMahon. Wow. So that's the second Royal Rumble he's won. But yeah, I was sat in SmackDown. I was sat behind like the Titantron, so I couldn't actually see any of the things, because like they'll show the replays and whatever. I couldn't actually see any of the replays, and the Big Show came out and spoke, and I couldn't see it. So if you really want, you know, to go to a show, book early, don't get limited view. But even if you're sat there and you left it too late and there's only a limited view seat, get it, because you can still see the action going on in the ring. Just as well as where I was sat before, you just can't see the Titantron. So yeah, get on that. But yeah, a little bit more about like where I've been. I've got like 2 assignments coming up at uni. I've got like exams coming up, so I'm probably not going to be here overly much, like making videos a lot, until kind of after May. But I do still want to do it. I still do enjoy it. So I'm meeting myself. I do still enjoy it. So you know, like, that background is London. What does it want? No. If you can't pay me more than what I'm already on, just go away. Oh my god, I'm against AJ Lee. Yeah, so life is stressful, but you know, the whole thing with uni and that, it's kind of almost over. I don't know why, but my my screen's frozen on this thing. Oh no, I hope that hasn't happened, because otherwise you're going to be listening to me talk. So let's try and get this match done quickly, because if there's been an error, then there's not really much point in putting it out to. I'll say try, just how it was.